learn more about things that are relevant to your role as a nonprofit leader or founder. My name is Kia Harris Takden, and I am a nonprofit strategist and educator. And the Nonprofit Plug has been around for quite some time. It's basically a space to talk about all things nonprofit, whether it's on Clubhouse, YouTube, a variety of areas that I have these sessions, these live videos that I host. So I encourage you to go back and watch the replays of the videos that I've had in the past. You will have tons of valuable information. I also invite you to go to my website, kiaharris.com. You can subscribe to my email list, but you can also take a look at past webinars that I've hosted and workshops that are relevant to you, where I dive deeper into a variety of topics. So today I want to talk about building your email list and using that email list for your nonprofit. You'll often hear me say that it's important to meet your donors where they're at. So some donors may be on Facebook, some may be on your email list, or some may be thinking and kind of watching to see and learn more about your nonprofit before they make that decision to donate. So you want to communicate with them in the space at where they're at. And so if you have a new subscriber, you will consider putting them on an automated system so that they can learn more about your nonprofit. And usually platforms allow you to do that, so you just have to go in there and take a look and see how to set that up. So select an email platform to use. It can be MailChimp, it can be Constant Contact, it can be MailerLite. So you will do your research and you'll decide on which one works for you as far as the fee structure, but also the features. You may have a website with Squarespace, and so you want to make sure that it integrates with your email list, because everything should be automated. You should automate as much as you can when it comes to your nonprofit, because you have different hats to wear and you have different responsibilities, and so you most likely won't have time to manually do things like adding in someone in your email list, versus your website is automatically integrated to your email campaign platform, and when people sign up, it automatically just goes to your email list. So do consider that as well. Design a basic email campaign layout. So once you've selected the platform, let's say it's MailChimp, you can design a basic email layout so that you can have your branded colors, you can have your typography or your fonts, you can have your setup of how you want it to read. So I'm sure you've gotten tons of emails this year. Take a look at the sample emails that you've received and think about how you would like your layout to be, whether it's 2 paragraph sections and then a section below with just a single paragraph. So you want to consider the layout, and the platforms have designs already pre-made in templates, so you can just go in there and plug in your graphics, plug in your fonts, and plug in your branding colors, and then you will have this template that you can use. I always encourage templates because it's so important to continue to email or send out graphics or post on social media. And so when you have templates, it's just easier. It's just an easier process. Maybe you change a color here or there, you add in different graphics or videos, but it's pretty straightforward and you don't have to worry about replicating the same layout each time. So here are some ideas. But before we get into ideas for types of emails, I want to talk about scheduling your emails. So your nonprofit may be hosting a year-end appeal right now, and my hope is that you will, and you are. So our nonprofit, Dare Humanity, started our emails for our year-end appeal a week before the actual campaign started. So often we'll announce it a week before, a week and a half before, so donors and subscribers can get prepared. They can get prepared to give. So maybe they have payday coming up on Friday, so they're going to consider, okay, let me put aside some money for this nonprofit. So always prepare your donors and your subscribers for your campaigns so that they can prepare. So if you're considering how often to send out your emails, consider your capacity. So if you have a team, then sure, your team can help you with putting together those email campaigns that are monthly. Or if you don't have the capacity, you can say we can do quarterly, we can do every 3 months. So you're deciding as a team what that looks like. But the point is to be consistent. It doesn't mean every day you're sending an email out, just like some of the companies that send email after email every hour and every week. But you need to be consistent, because if you're using the email platform for your fundraising efforts and you haven't been communicating with your donors before that, or with your subscribers before that, then imagine they're getting this email and, okay, you're asking me for money, but you didn't even acknowledge my letter. You're not telling us what you did with the funds that were received from the last fundraiser. So you want to be consistent with that and communicate your progress as an organization while serving the people you're serving. So that leads to the ideas that I want to share in regards to types of emails you can send out to your subscriber base. So you can send out emails for updates. People like updates, and actually they deserve updates. If they gave you a grand or even $100 or even $25, they want to know what you're doing with the funds, and this will create a sense of trust that, oh, okay, I can give again. So from the last fundraiser, I gave $50, and wow, okay, they already purchased the water filters. That's awesome. Okay, let me consider giving this next campaign. So you want to send updates on a regular basis. You can have an e-newsletter. I see it monthly, I see it quarterly. And so once again, decide on the capacity of your organization and what you all can do. Because, of course, that means you're going to need to put together the content. You're going to need to have regular things that you're sharing and updating people about. And it may be that your monthly email is just sharing what's going on in the country that you are serving in. So we often send emails with updates about what's happening in Haiti. And so you could do the same, what's happening in the community, what's happening in the sector, what's happening in the education sector, for example, if your nonprofit is focused on education. So be creative with your ideas, and do consider that you should be consistent. So here are some ways. I want to go through 4 ways to build your email list. So number 1 is a pop-up on your website. So if you type in darehumanity.org, you will be on our homepage. And from that homepage, within a few seconds, you're going to have a green pop-up that slides in and says stay connected, something like that. So that is a pop-up, and I encourage you to add that to your website. Someone may fall and land on your website because they heard about it from someone else, so they already intended to subscribe. So have as many options to subscribe as possible. If it's not a pop-up, then you can also have a section on the website where people can stay connected. And I keep on saying stay connected because subscribe to my email list, that kind of language is like, okay, now I have another company, another organization that's going to be sending me regular emails. This is going to be spam. So you want to create the idea of staying connected, being part of a community. You can connect it to the people you serve too in the language that you use, but get those subscribers to your email list. You can also cross-promote the ability to subscribe. This is an example that I see often on Instagram that I believe needs to be adjusted. So I see often a picture of October newsletter for XYZ organization with an image, and then they say subscribe to our email list. I would encourage you to be more descriptive about why they should subscribe. Number 1. And number 2, I would encourage you to summarize what's in the email or key points of the email so people are actually excited about joining another email list. You have to think about it. You subscribe from email lists because of lack of interest or spam or just too many communications, or you lost interest. So you want to create a space in that email that is for them and that is going to be a place for them to receive updates and information that is going to be relevant to them. So using language like subscribe to our monthly email list isn't exactly going to encourage people to do that. Another point on Instagram is that when you are posting on Instagram, and I see this often, when you're posting on Instagram, when you put a link in your bio on Instagram, no one can click on it. They would have to type it in manually and then goes to the website. They cannot even copy and paste it. My hope is that Instagram will eventually change this feature, But for now, the only way for people to access the link is in your bio or in your stories. This is the new feature for Instagram. So if you have a call to action that means someone should go to your website or go to a certain link, then you need to put it in your bio. Now you can use a bio link that has the ability to put multiple links. I believe I talked about this last week. So look into those kinds of things, because no one can click on your link when it's in your bio, your caption, or when it's in your caption on Instagram. So do that. Make it accessible. Also, the third way you can get individuals on your email list is to have them automatically added. So when a donor donates, the minimum you should collect is their email. And go ahead and put that email on your email list. So automate that, put them on your email list so they can continue to receive and start to receive regular communications. And then finally, when you have events, whether they're online, whether they are in person and they're free, get their email list. Well, you say it's free, Kia. Why would I get their email? Because you're thinking about the individuals who could potentially be connected to the nonprofit in the long term. So even if you're having a free event, do collect their emails. Even if you want to just set up Eventbrite or set up a basic event page with just put your email here, your name and your email, or if you just want to have that on Eventbrite, do that, because the emails are important. You can use Google Forms also if that is a strategy or a platform of choice. So that is all. I just want to chat about why it's important to start an email list and to maintain it. If you have not started an email list, I encourage you to start one. You can get all the emails from the year-end appeals, and you can have repeat donors because you decided to put them on your email list and keep them connected. I did a poll on LinkedIn and I asked, how do you feel after you've donated to a nonprofit and they send you no type of communication? And the majority of people said that I feel disrespected, I feel unappreciated. Do not do that to your donors. Honor their donation because they took that out of their paycheck to give to your organization to serve people that they may never even meet. So honor that. This also creates the ability for you to have repeat donors. Repeat donors are important. So when you honor them with a donor acknowledgement letter, even if they gave you $5, that is going to show them that you appreciate them, and that they can trust you, especially after you put them on your email list. So you're seeing how the sequence of events and practices can lead to those repeat donors, and that's what I want for you and your nonprofit. So I declare that you will have a blessed year-end appeal, that your nonprofit will be blessed. If you're connected to the Most High, you will also have abundance, and you will be surprised how many donations come in for this year-end appeal. As we close, I want to invite you to my mentorship program. This is a mentorship program for nonprofit founders located anywhere in the world. As long as you have access to Zoom, you have access to these sessions. So the Nonprofit Founder Mentorship Program is just for that, just for founders. And these are nonprofits or organizations, leaders in their initial stages. So whether you're starting from zero or you've been in the game for 5 years, I invite you to join that program. I also say that you are going to be able to have access to me as a leader of a nonprofit that I've been leading our organization for the past 6+ years. We're coming up on 7 years. And I want to give you that insight. Sometimes it takes a setting to be able to get that insight that is going to catapult you into the next level, to get a roadmap for the things that often aren't being able to be researched online. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes when it comes to a nonprofit, and so I want to create a space for nonprofit leaders, founders specifically, to connect on Saturday mornings twice a month where we're going to be talking about different challenges that each of us are facing and the resolutions for that. But also, there's going to be a teaching format. There's going to be a teaching format where I'm going to teach on different topics. So each month, there's going to be a topic that's relevant to your role as a nonprofit founder. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the video, and I think I will do the same for YouTube so you can access that and you can sign up. The wait list opens Thursday, as in this Thursday, the 9th, and so you can access it at that time. So actually, since the wait is not open yet, I encourage you to stay connected with me on Instagram and LinkedIn, and then you can access that when it is launched, because it's not going to be launched until Thursday 12-9. So I'm looking forward to serving you in that setting. I'm looking forward to all the things that will come forth for your nonprofit. I'm going to go ahead actually and put the link for my LinkedIn account, and then also for my Instagram, so you can just easily access that. And I need to just automatically save that so I can easily just pop it in there and you can get access to it. So just give me a couple of seconds to do that, and I'll provide that link for you. I also encourage you to watch the last broadcast that I hosted. That broadcast, I believe, was talking about debriefing for nonprofits on your Giving Tuesday campaign. So if you saw some areas that need adjustments or you could have done better in certain areas, then make it your intention to do those adjustments before the year-end appeal. Whatever you learned from this past campaign should prepare you for the next one. You should always use your campaigns as ability to learn from them, because otherwise, how is your organization going to grow? So that is my LinkedIn account. And let me get to my Instagram so you connect with me on there as well. Also, just because you do not join me live, it doesn't mean that you cannot put in your questions in the chat and I will get to them. So you can put your questions in and I will look through them and get to them and respond, and then you can have the information that you need. All right, so there is my Instagram. So I encourage you to stay connected on both of those platforms, stay connected in general. So it's been a blessing, and I believe you'll have a blessed week, and we will